Yo, welcome everyone. A disaster is happening across the entire crypto market. Bitcoin has taken the recent low and majority of the altcoins are literally collapsing. But try not to panic because those are the levels we should be ready to buy. Let me show you why. Because only a couple of hours ago, Bitcoin has been able to take the liquidity exactly at 78,125 US dollars. Once we took the liquidity, once we took out our recent low, we have gotten a bounce towards the upside already of approximately, let's just say, 7%. And if you have been following me on Twitter for the past couple of hours, you know exactly that almost at the exact low, I tweeted something very, very important. I actually said bullish divergences across the entire crypto market. Not saying the low is in, but I started building some new long positions. Do not mess this up because the reality is a lot of people are panicking exactly at the area of support, exactly where they should be looking for a brand new long or a buying position, and you can clearly see that looking right now at the fear and greed index. We are trading in the extreme fear. Majority of people got completely wrecked, completely liquidated, and maybe they even entered another short or a sell position exactly at the lows. But once again, if we are having a discount, we are not looking for any sells. Personally, I entered some very nice long positions on Bitcoin at approximately $78,700, also on XRP at approximately $2 US, and also on Ethereum at approximately $1,860 US. I would really like to see right now Bitcoin continuing its way higher, and also even if we are going to see another very slight push towards upside, I am not going to be selling. I am even going to be adding something more to my long or buy positions. But now, what you're also going to notice that at the exact low, let's just say at approximately 76,400 US dollars, a lot of people got liquidated, and exactly at the low we have gotten quite a significant liquidation cluster right here. That being said, once majority of people are liquidated, only then we can be expecting a bigger reversal towards the upside. And not only that, looking right now at the overall statistics across the entire crypto market, you're maybe even going to be shocked. Almost 900 million of US dollars have gotten wiped out, and if you look like that, slightly over than 300,000 traders were liquidated. So it really does look like majority of people do not know what they are doing in the market. They do not have a plan. They do not even use a stop loss, simply because clearly they are getting liquidated and they are getting wiped out literally throughout the entire cryptocurrency market. But we, trying to be at least some kind of smart traders, we are setting a stop loss, and we also know that the area of support where majority is racked, we are then not afraid, we are definitely not in the extreme fear, and we are simply prepared to buy the panic, to buy the support area. And also something very, very important I tweeted only a couple of days ago on Twitter right here, you're going to notice that retail buys when it feels safe, smart money buys when it feels uncomfortable. Only one side wins. Once again, I am not saying the bottom is in, but because we are trading at the area of support, that is simply why personally I am firing some very nice long or buy positions on different altcoins, including Bitcoin. But now let's also talk about our bigger ABC correction we also mentioned yesterday. In our yesterday's video, we said if we do see acceptance above the value area low, that being said, if Bitcoin is going to be able to see a push up above $83,100, it is going to be a bullish indication. We got a rejection exactly at the value area low, and we got a push down. So now we do need to adjust our plan just slightly. I am still looking for another push towards the upside to happen in the next couple of days. The only question is, are we going to go straight towards the upside, or are we going to see another push down and then see a push towards the upside? That is going to be my ideal scenario I am right now paying attention to on the Bitcoin chart itself, because this 87,000 US dollar area is quite a significant level. But before we do talk about that, I would really appreciate for you to smash up the like button, because 1,000 likes are definitely possible, and also thank you for subscribing to the channel. Let me right now do share with you why 87,000 is a significant and very important price target you should be aware of. So you most probably know we are paying attention to our A wave right here, to our B wave, which as of right now can already be finished, and we are going to pay attention for another, some kind of a C elliott wave towards the upside. The most important price target for our C elliott wave would actually be for us to go above the recent high. However, we should also pay attention to the Fibonacci extension price targets. That being said, once we go from our swing low back towards the swing high, back towards the swing low, paying attention first of all towards 0.618 and then also one-to-one Fibonacci extension level. 0.618 Fibonacci extension level, it is going to land at 87,000 US dollars with our one-to-one very close towards our recent high at 93,448 US dollars. And now you should really pay very close attention. Remember the other day we talked about the very important and the biggest volume cluster once we are measuring the entire bottom price action. And it does look like the point of control or the biggest volume cluster, it is not aligning perfectly with the 0.618, but because it's a volume level, it's more of a zone. It is going to land at approximately this specific and very important Fibonacci extension price target, and that is simply why you should really be aware of this exact level. Not only because of the volume level, not only because of the 0.618, but also because of the major liquidation cluster being exactly at the area of 87,000 US dollars. First, I'm right now paying attention on the 1 week time frame, where you can notice if we are going to be able to see higher targets. That being said, that Bitcoin is going to hit the point of control and also our 0.618, you can clearly see a lot of people are going to be liquidated, where over 100 million US dollars of short positions are going to get completely wrecked and wiped out of the market. So clearly, this specific level is a no-joke level, and you should really be aware of this major area of resistance. Now, another thing that I want to mention regarding this specific level, it is going to be the CME gap. Of course, if you have been following me on Twitter, you already know about this specific level, but nevertheless, I tweeted only a couple of minutes ago that Bitcoin filled the CME gap below. Now, I want it to also feel the CME gap above. Liquidations also at 87,000 US dollars, and exactly at the high of this specific CME gap, we are then having 0.618, the point of control, and once again a major liquidations cluster. That is simply why ideally I want to see higher on Bitcoin in the next couple of hours. Once again, I do not know if the low is in right here, but ideally we are waiting for some kind of a sign of strength that we are going to talk about literally in a moment. Before we do talk about that, you can as of right now still take advantage of some insane free bonuses using the links down below. Click the first link right here. You're going to land on Bybit exchange, which in my opinion is as of right now the best exchange in the world. You register, you deposit some, and also you trade some, and then you're going to be eligible for a 30,000 US dollar in welcome rewards. With the bonus right here, you can then simply open another trade. Now, additionally, without KYC and without VPN, you're eligible for also a very nice bonus on BTC exchange, but additionally, you are going to get VIP level 3 and 10 USDT only on a sign up that is as of right now capped to only 300 users. So take advantage of the bonuses and simply fire another free trade using the bonuses and with the links down below in the description. Now, let me share with you something very important Bitcoin needs to do in the next couple of hours for us to then start looking towards our major level at 87,000 US dollars. And as we already said yesterday, paying attention to the value area low that as of right now it is landing slightly lower than yesterday at approximately 82,400 US dollars. This specific level is once again not a random level. Even if we do not know about our volume levels, even if we don't really know anything how to properly apply the volume range on the chart, you can clearly notice that the previous lows on Bitcoin are actually aligning exactly at this specific area. You can clearly see it was previously obviously the area of support, the area of support, the area of resistance, and once broken towards the downside, it is simply going to be another area of resistance. So what we can right now say, Bitcoin is clearly trading at a very important level, because if we are able to see acceptance above the value area low, hopefully the volume is going to load, we can then say, okay, a bullish Bitcoin indication. Similarly, what we got exactly at this specific area, we got acceptance back below the value area high, bearish indication, and we got quite a significant collapse straight towards downside. Remember what I was tweeting approximately at this specific level? I was saying to you, I am taking some profits of my long or buying position simply because it is quite an important and significant area of resistance. Now, if we do scroll down right here, you're definitely going to notice that I'm very, very transparent in terms of my trades. And yes, right here, I said I took some profit of my long trade, but ideally I went higher. Now, of course, once again, because I am not guessing if we go up or if we go down, I don't know what's going to happen at the level. I simply am prepared to pay myself to secure some profits, and it really does look like it paid off very, very nicely. Now I am telling you, acceptance above the value area low is a bullish indication, and then we are going to look for our first target at approximately 87,000 US dollars, slightly above our recent highs, for once again a lot of people to get liquidated and get completely wrecked. Now, additionally, one very important thing I want to mention, and why there is as of right now not any major reasons for you to panic, is going to be because some of the indicators are being extremely, and I mean extremely bullish. The most important indicators, money flow, RSI, and also the MACD indicator, are on the daily time frame forming some significant bullish divergences. You're going to notice lower low on Bitcoin, higher low on money flow, higher low on MACD, higher low also on the RSI indicator. And that is not the only thing. Pay attention to those indicators on the weekly time frame. Lower low on MACD, lower low on the RSI, and also one of my favorite indicators, which is going to be the Atlas Stochastic CG Oscillator right here, on the weekly time frame is as right now forming a double bottom pattern. Once again, I am not saying the bottom is in, however, I do know that most probably the bottom is very close. That is why I am accumulating brand new long or buying positions on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, on XRP, and also most probably I'm also going to re-enter some other positions on different altcoins. But once again, first of all, I want to see what Bitcoin is going to do exactly at this specific area. Are we able to reclaim it towards the upside bullish indication? Let's look for higher. And also one very important thing people completely forget about, it is going to be market structure. On the 15-minute time frame, yes, I do know right now we are talking about very locally, but nevertheless, you have the high, you have the low, lower high, lower low, and as of right now, we already do have another higher high. Locally speaking, it is going to be bullish market structure. However, the bigger picture is not looking as great. Looking, for example, on the 2-hour time frame, market structure is bearish. EMAs are telling to us we are in a downtrend, also on the 1-hourly, also on the 4-hourly time frame. So what I'm right now telling to you, if we do see a push towards the upside, let's just say towards the 87,000 US dollar area, heck, maybe even if we are going to continue higher, I am going to look for another short position, because market structure is bearish on the 4-hourly, on the daily, on the 2-hourly time frame, and also the average trend as right now, it is still more towards downside. But as I said before, because we are trading at the area of support here, I am looking for a long position. Ideally, then we are expecting a bounce, and at the areas of resistances, we are then going to be looking to take some profits of our long positions and simply go with another short or a sell, because as of right now, clearly we are in a quite a significant downtrend. That is why I'm telling to you, it is still time for you to secure and get some insane free bonuses using the links down below after you register and after initial deposit. And thank you for smashing up the like button.